I'm Brian, and this is IGN Now. Spider-Man No Way Home director Jon Watts is getting his very own Star Wars series on Disney+, and the details around it sound awesome. According to Vanity Fair, which just published a lengthy piece covering the near-future plans of Star Wars movies and TV shows, the 40-year-old filmmaker is creating a new show that is currently being worked on under the codename Grammar Rodeo. The show takes place during the post-Return of the Jedi Reconstruction era that follows the fall of the Empire, so basically the same as Mandalorian, the publication states. Plot details remain under wraps, but the story is set to focus on a group of 4 children around 11 to 12 years old and is being described as a galactic version of classic Amblin coming-of-age adventure films of the 80s. Amblin, as many of you know, was the studio behind iconic and beloved movies like The Goonies, E.T., Back to the Future, and Gremlins, just to name a few. Now, back to that weird Grammar Rodeo codename. Star Wars projects have always had clever and interesting working titles during production, largely to keep them a secret from the general public. Return of the Jedi was called Blue Harvest, Rogue One was called Los Alamos, and Solo was called Red Cup, which was, I don't know, it's a little on the nose. Get it? Red Cup? Solo Cup? Yeah, we got it. Grammar Rodeo is a reference to an episode from the 7th season of The Simpsons called Bart on the Road, which centers around Bart making a fake ID at the DMV and using it to rent a car with Milhouse, Nelson, and Martin, taking it for a secret road trip adventure, and all while telling their parents they're going on a school trip to something called the Grammar Rodeo in Canada.
It's not fair. I'm the best student in school. How come I never heard about this competition?
Maybe because you are, as we say in Latin, a Dorcas Malorcus.
That's not Latin.
Wacky hijinks ensue, as they usually do. The boys learn a great lesson about lying, and the show goes on for 27 more seasons. So what could this title mean for Star Wars? Well, taken at face value, maybe it's about a group of tweens who steal an M68 land speeder and take it through the war-torn streets of some derelict Star Wars planet after Darth Vader's been killed and the Empire has been reduced to fringe gangs and stormtrooper heads on sticks. They love to show that. Ahsoka, Boba Fett, and the Mandalorian probably show up because the timelines line up, and those people love crashing each other's shows. And also, wacky hijinks ensue. Or it's about something totally different. We don't really know. All we know right now is the codename, the inspiration behind the show, the time period, and the potential age of the 4 main cast members. One thing we do know is that director Jon Watts recently turned down the opportunity to direct a project starring a different group of 4 space-adjacent heroes known as the Fantastic Four. The director was originally attached to helm the reboot for Marvel, but turned it down because he wanted a break from superhero stuff. So no superheroes, just magical space wizards who can levitate objects with their minds, and I don't know, heavily armored bounty hunters who can shoot rockets from their arms and fly around with jetpacks. Take that, Doctor Strange and Iron Man. Anyway, there's lots more Star Wars news out of the surprisingly candid Vanity Fair piece over on IGN.com, so go check that out if you want more info on the upcoming slate of TV shows and movies heading your way from a galaxy far, far away. So what do you think of this new Star Wars show announcement? Sound off in the comments below. I'm personally very excited for it, but I'm also a weirdo who owns several Ponda Baba action figures, so I'll take all the Star Wars I can get. Speaking of Star Wars, for all things Star Wars, movies, TV shows, and, you know, weird action figures, you are already in the right place, IGN. His arm doesn't come off. It really should. That's like one of the signature traits of Ponda Baba, is he loses his arm.
Om.